Savaged.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
There we go again. More technical problems. We live in the 21st century.
Wake up, little snowflakes!
Not only should we not be employed, but we gave $30 billion. Did you know we gave $30 billion?
You're a fucking idiot. You really is.
Your host, Michael Card. Like a Hellcat.
Ready, guys. Welcome to Savage Unfiltered, guys. We got an amazing show today. Oh wow. Happy Monday. For those who have where to start. Wow. Yeah, getting right over the weekend, guys. Bear with me. Oh my God. But we got a great show, a really awesome show. But before I get into that, guys, I want to give a little cross promotion here, even on Savage Unfiltered. Check out a show tomorrow that's going to be airing, which Joseph and I got into some raunchy sexual adventures with Layla London. That's going to be airing tomorrow, guys. You're not going to want to miss it. But today we're going to be talking about the Purina story, the Purina recall. Joseph, what's your insights on the Purina, buddy? I know it's catching a lot of attention.
Yeah. And first, about tomorrow's show, I mean, again, we've got to give grace to all peoples. We are all individuals, and somebody else's life may not be lived the way we would appreciate or relive our own, but we are all individuals, and Christian grace must be extended. And Monday, most people are going to say bah humbug to that, right? Because they're back to work. But and Savage Unfiltered, again, I mean, that's one of the great things about your show is the wide variety of topics. So that's great. And I'm very much a straight white male, but I had no problem talking with Layla. That was a lot of fun. Again, we can have some fun and still be a very, very stodgy, straight white male, but still have fun talking about sex. It's not against the law, right? But
right.
The Purina thing. It reminds me from a couple of years ago when we had the issue with the pet food that was coming from China causing a lot of pet deaths and had massive recalls had to be pulled from the shelves. Now, I understand this time it has something to do with vitamin E. Now, again, I mean...
Vitamin D, actually, Joseph.
Vitamin D. Sorry, thank you. Vitamin D, Now, it's like with humans. Our pets, the same thing. Everything has to be in proper levels, moderation. Humans can overdose on a vitamin or mineral also. So you have to be careful. Too much of something is bad. Look at acetaminophen and ibuprofen that we commonly call Tylenol or Advil. One of those things can cause liver damage. The other can cause kidney damage if you get too much of it. Even a vitamin, if you get too much of a vitamin, it can cause damage in the system. And that's what's happening in the Pro Plan, because that's a higher level. It's not their basic level food. So it has more vitamins and minerals. And apparently, somehow, details are still sketchy, but there must have been a malfunction and too much vitamin D got in, and it is causing issues.
Get this, Joseph. Yeah, 1 second. Get this. Purina, guys, literally the dog food, which is owned by Nestle. A lot of people don't understand that or don't realize that.
You mean.
Nestle. Why am I saying Nestle? Nestle, Nestle. Guys, I wish my my spelling was as great as my speaking, but anyway.
Your tongue got dyslexic.
Oh, God, I hope not. But anyway, they recalled over 1,000 Pro-Vitamin diet bags, which comes from their Almentula, if I pronounce that right. My pronunciation always sucks, guys. But anyway, and it's causing dogs, like you said, Joseph, to have bowel movements. It's causing excessive vitamin D in their diets because let's remember, guys, vitamin D is great for not only dogs, but it's great for humans too. But too much of the vitamin D creates toxic levels in dogs, and it could cause kidney damage, including death. So, yeah,
even just the vomiting and diarrhea can cause major dehydration, and you can die from an imbalance of not having enough hydration. I mean, that alone also can kill you. So, I mean, our fur babies are a lot like our actual child babies. Again, you have to be careful with the substances and the amounts that they are allowed to have. It's like what? Chocolate is toxic to pets.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And guys, if you want to understand a little bit more of this, there's some UPC codes to look out for with their Purina Pro Plan diet bags. I know it's affecting their 8-pound bags and their 20-pound bags. Now, the 8-pound bags, I'll give you the UPC codes to look out for, guys. The UPC code to look out for, and please jot this down if you guys have any pets, if you have any dogs, or if you have any family members or friends that use Purina Pro Plan bags, right? It's only the special diet plans. The UPC codes for the 8-pound bags are 38100199190. That's the 8-pound bags. Now, the 20-pound bags are 38100191192. I had to get that out there, Joseph, because those UPC codes are universal, and they're the same UPC codes whether you get them at Walmart, Target, PetSmart, any type of pet care store. They're going to provide the same UPC codes. So,
yeah.
And
this is important news that needs to get out. Share this with your friends who have fur babies. I mean, this is very serious. We love our fur babies every bit as much as we do our human babies, and we certainly don't want anything happening to our pets or anyone we know who has, in this case, it's strictly dog food, right? Unlike 2 years ago, it was both pet food, other animals involved, but this is just the dog food, right?
Yeah, just the dog food. Yeah. I don't think I don't think it affects any cat food because normally Purina, there are brands for cats, the cat food, excuse me, with the Purina, but this is just affecting dogs. So,
this appears to just be some malfunction of a machine at a particular plant that put too much vitamin D in these packages. Into that product.
Way too much pathogens, way too much vitamin D that was put into the bags from the factory, guys. We got a clip here. Shaky, plug this in here. Like I said, guys, you can make this episode pretty much like a public announcement type of episode because it's very important. Please, if you have the bags, return them for a full refund, guys. Check this out.
Purina is recalling some of its prescription dog food because it might have too much vitamin D in it. That is an essential nutrient for dogs, but if they ingest too much of it, it can cause vomiting, as well as a loss of appetite and increased thirst and urination and kidney dysfunction. So if you have this food, Purina advises you not to feed it to your dog. For more information on this recall, you can log on, by the way, to WFAA.com.
Yeah, that's...
I'd like to expound on the whole
go ahead, Joseph.
Of toxicity. Human and pets, all animals in general. I mean, we all have a biological system, and too much of something can indeed be toxic. Now, let me explain two things. I have
Sure.
health
Yeah.
issues. I've mentioned it on the show before.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got chronic fatigue, immune dysfunction system. If you see me take off my glasses and rubbing my eyes, it's not
Yeah.
because I'm sweating or I'm
Yeah.
flustered. It's because I've had Bell's palsy, which
Oh wow.
affects the muscles of the face, including the eyes. So sometimes I have to rub my eye. But regarding toxicity, I wanted to mention vitamin K because
Okay.
there used to be a vitamin K derivative called Atra that was part of acne medication. And it had to be
Oh wow.
pulled from the market because people were abusing the product, using too much of it. It was causing a toxicity and causing IBSD.
Hmm.
Well, I had leukemia, cancer, blood cancer in 2010. Guess what cured my cancer?
What was that?
Atra, vitamin K, high dose Atra.
Oh.
They found it cures cancer. Well, it was good for acne, but again, they got sued because people were getting IBSD. Well, it was their own fault for abusing the product. But in
Hmm.
China, they discovered that it will cure cancer. Now, yeah, I have IBSD issues from it, but hey, I'm alive, right? What do you want? It's like people suing.
Yeah.
I see on TV, some people are suing because of permanent hair loss of another cancer medication. Excuse me, would you rather be bald or dead? I mean, give me a break.
Right.
Medications have side effects. Cancer medication is rough shit. It's going to
Yeah.
cause side effects. Now, again, to me, you're a low life piece of shit if it cured your cancer, but you're going to sue them because of your hair loss. Get over it.
They're
Wear a
worried about
wig. You
Joseph.
know,
They're
you're
worried.
a
Yeah.
lot.
They're worried about their damn pockets more than anything. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I
It's
mean,
fucking stupid.
I'm
Fucking
yeah, and
assholes.
again, because of people suing over the Atra medication for acne, it got taken from the shelves. So, but for me, it was like $2,000 for a
Holy shit.
prescription for that because now it's so rare, and due to the cost of the lawsuits, it's so expensive. But yet, someone like me needed it to save my life. So before you go suing over this stupid side effect shit, you know, try to care about somebody else other than your own self and pocketbook.
Yeah. 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 Have a fucking heart, guys. Have a fucking heart and stop thinking with your fucking wallets. Start thinking
Yeah,
for others. That's
but
what's wrong with this country. Before I get into that, Joseph, I want to do a little side pitch here, guys. I do apologize. I want to get back to the Purina thing, but Joseph, I know we're not going to have enough time to talk about this with Dr. Bob because there's an entirely different type of segment that with Dr. Bob. Dr. Bob is more like with on the comedy level. He's not too much of the politics, and I appreciate that. I really do. But here's the thing. I want to get into what Joseph just mentioned. Stop thinking about yourselves. Here's something that's relevant to what Joseph just said. The whole Super Bowl thing last night, Joseph, with the fucking, about like everybody has to be entitled, right? That's what's wrong with this country. The entitlement of the fucking society today. Did you see that, Joseph?
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. And again, yeah, I didn't mean to take the show
No,
astray.
go ahead. You're fine,
It
Joseph.
relates to the vitamin K toxicity thing with the vitamin D toxicity thing. So I know that story is relatable. And while we were on it, the other points were necessary to make. But yeah, this is about our fur babies. But that all relates. Everything in moderation. And I think we said during the last show. I don't know if I mentioned about was it the acetaminophen and the ibuprofen? Did I
I
mention
think
that?
I think so. Yeah, yeah, you
Yeah.
did. You
Again,
did.
those can be toxic at high levels too. You can OD and destroy a liver or kidney by taking too much Tylenol or Advil. But
Yeah.
again, then people sue over this stuff. If you abuse the damn drug, that's on you, not them.
Yeah.
Use as fucking directed, as the label says.
Pretty
Right?
much. And sorry I had to bring that whole Super Bowl, guys, but I want to plug that in here because I know I'm not going to have enough time to plug it in somewhat of the week, but I want to plug it in since it's relevant information and it's, it's fresh information. It has a lot to do with what we're talking about today. The whole, lift your, or what's the song about? Oh, lift every voice and sing. I thought that was a fucking disgrace playing that before our national anthem, guys. Check this out. I'm going to plug it in here. I won't play the whole thing, but I'll plug a little bit of it.
I DVR'd past it. I recorded the game. I used my DVR. I recorded the game. I didn't watch it live because I knew that kind of shit. And the halftime show, I wanted to pass it. So I recorded it and started watching it an hour behind everybody else, so I could skip over all that.
Yeah, maneuver. Joseph, here's the entitlement shit that's going on in this nation, okay? And it has a lot, somewhat of what we're talking about with the Purina thing, because, a lot of the Purina thing goes back to the Bill Gates, and we're going to get into that because Sas made a point over the weekend when we did an exclusive.
They weren't intending to kill your... They weren't intending to kill your dogs. A mistake happened here. Just like with the China thing, obviously they don't give much of a shit. But I don't think they attempted to purposely poison our pets.
They don't give a shit, and they don't give a shit last night, guys. Check this out.
To perform Lift Every Voice and Sing, please welcome Emmy Award winner Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Lift every voice and sing.
Guys, you're supposed to be hearing the national anthem, not this crap. This crap belongs at the freaking Grammys or something like that.
Ring with the harmony.
Crap. It is.
Let our rejoicing rise.
I mean, guys, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful song, Joseph, but, that stuff does not belong at the Super Bowl. I know I'm going to get flack for it right now on the show by saying it. I'm probably going to be offending some majority of the country, maybe like the Black community or the Hispanic community, or maybe another group like that. But, I mean, guys, where is the national anthem? The national anthem has been played at the Super Bowl for 50 plus years, and now they're bringing this into it, Joseph. Like, what is going on? Go ahead. I know you got something.
Yeah, you're certainly not going to offend the blacks that I know, my black friends. Phil Stargill of Abolitionist Roundtable, Saturdays, 9 a.m., whamradio.com. Especially. We talk about these kind of outrageous crap. Now, lift every voice because we've gotten off the beaten path here now.
Yeah.
It's free speech, right? You have a right to say what you want to say. You do not, however, have the right to make someone listen to what you're trying to say.
Yeah, but I had to throw that in there, Joseph, because I know there's not going to be a part anywhere in the episodes this week to throw that in. But that was important to throw it in because, this is the entitlement that I'm talking about. And in the entitlement, I'm talking about with the Purina thing, right? The Purina thing could have been held very responsibly, right? Like by responsible people. I know Bill Gates has, chicken farms all over the place. And the chicken farms, I'm going to get into the chicken farms because the chicken farms has a lot to do with what we're talking about, the Purina thing, a lot. But this is the entitlement of what's going on with big corporations. They're thinking about themselves versus thinking about the fan base. What about the fan base? Do you think, Joseph,
now again, I don't think...
Hold that thought, Joseph. Do you think 80,000 people in that stadium wanted to hear that garbage last night? No, they wanted to hear something else. Think about your fans.
Especially, again, Martin Luther King, content of character. Not all black people are alike. Not all blacks in that stadium wanted to hear that manure. And
Yeah.
that's what it is. Propaganda, woke tard, left wing propaganda manure.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Woke tard nation garbage. It had
Yeah.
nothing to do with free speech and lifting every voice. It's
Yeah.
left wing propaganda, anti Americanism, destroy the national anthem, destroy the nation, destroy our culture, destroy the melting pot. They're always talking about diversity and inclusion. We
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
nation of diversity inclusion, the great melting pot, the nation of immigrants where we've all come together. There is no more diverse fucking nation on the goddamn planet than
Yeah.
America. It's not
Yeah.
about that. It's about destroying America because
Yeah.
we are the most diverse.
Yeah. Oh God, you ain't lying, guys. We got a lot more to talk about with the Purina thing. I just wanted to bring in that Super Bowl because it was a disgrace last night. It broke a lot of people's hearts. I know a lot of football players and a lot of athletes there on both sides had some tears, guys. Literally, you could circle all over social media with the imagery, with the videos. I know Benny Johnson, a good friend of Don Jr., has been posting it left and right on his social media page. Hat tip to you, Benny Johnson there. But guys, we got a lot more to talk about here. Be right back after these words. Don't go anywhere.
I think you're going to like your new nose, Miss Hastings.
And cut.
I'm Steve Martin. As an actor, it's my job to make people believe that what they're seeing is real. Hey. Hey! That the frustration is real. Man, I'm hungry. Oh. The disappointment is real.
1, 2, 3, 4. Winner! Eat it, Kyle.
You're all losers. That the joy is real, but it's not real. It's acting.
Wow! That's fantastic!
Or was I just acting? Only way to find out is to try it yourself.
I'm Marco Rubio, and I approved this message.
Val Demings. She'd be Florida's most liberal senator ever. Demings votes with Pelosi 100%. She supports amnesty and gave stimulus checks to illegal immigrants, supports taxpayer-funded abortion until the moment of birth. Demings even voted to allow transgender youth sports and teach children radical gender identity without parental consent. Val Demings. She's not just liberal, she's dangerously radical.
Savaged, unfiltered.
Just sit down and you have a conversation and you talk to one another like fucking human beings, you know.
Gotta love LaVon. I promised LaVon some form or another, guys, I would plug her into the shows as much as possible because half the time, with our schedules and stuff, we have this thing called LaVon's War Room. And usually every week, LaVon and I, get together in some form or another, whether it's through the spaces or through, like little Zoom calls or whatever. And we record, little segments. So what you're going to hear, guys, is every week a segment added to the show. There's going to be 3 segments added to the show, guys, which since we're on this topic, I want to address it. You just heard the first segment. Like I said, every week, not every episode, but every other episode maybe, or at least try to get as much episodes in as possible. You're going to be hearing little bits, little 11, 20-second clips of LaVon's War Room. So check it out during the week, guys. It's definitely a Savage exclusive type of segment. And then also, too, guys, we're bringing in another segment called Joseph's Truth or Consequence. Now, that is a segment that you're going to see Joseph here on camera as well as, if you're listening through the video or through the audio, it'll come in both formats, as well as Levon's and Joseph's. It'll be available in two formats. So that will be we'll be adding that into the episodes. You'll see that segment, with Joseph's Truth or Consequence. Now another segment, the last segment. Sorry guys, you know me, I got to get them in. So because I don't want to be like that podcast. Oh, Michael, what the hell is this shit? You never told us about this. I don't like surprises. But the third segment, guys, we're going to have a third segment here, similar how I do it with Levon because of Sauce's schedule. Sauce is still in college. He's, attending college for ordained ministry, and his schedule is not always there. So him and I, we talk usually on the weekends or throughout the week, similar thing through Zoom. I usually record it, and then I add it into a little snippet, clip like Levon's. And that will be the third segment called Sauce on the Mic. So check that out. I think that's going to be airing. Don't quote me on this. I think Shaky has that scheduled for next week. So Sauce on the Mic will be scheduled for next week. But without any further ado, let's get back to the show. Joseph, sorry about that. You know me with the talking.
Oh, hey, no problem. I'm glad you showed the Levon intro clip there because I got a lot of shit for that episode.
Did you?
How many times have I said today, again, Martin Luther King, content of character. If you're a Christian conservative, you're not really. If you insist on lumping all people in one basket, we're not supposed to do that. I, as a Christian, may not condone someone's lifestyle, but I do not condemn them because final judgment is for the Lord, not me. So I have no issue speaking with a Levon DuPont or a Blair White, and she had no problem speaking with me as a Christian, understanding where I'm coming from. Don't condone the lifestyle, but don't condemn it, and we can have a conversation because Levon isn't.
Joseph, that's just.
She's not a gaytivist engaging in gaytivism. I coined those two terms, and she agrees with me. She is a trans woman, put it in quotes, versus a drag queen story hour trained clown. They're
Joseph,
not the same thing.
Let me get this in here real quick. Speaking of trans here, because we're going to be wrapping it up here soon to get ready for a pre-recorded episode we're doing with Bob from Static. 1 second, Bob. I see you in the green room, buddy. 1 second. But here's the thing, Joseph. Okay, I was in a space here the other day with Levon, and there was a fucking leftist fascocrat idiot saying, "What's the difference between transgender and trans woman?" Like, come on, man. We're in 2023. You don't know what a trans woman is by now? I mean, shit.
No, again, and that's why I put trans woman in quotes. Again, it's not mean I'm condoning a particular position or lifestyle. And somebody joked, don't use position and trans woman, double entendre in the same sentence. As a touche, you got me on that one. Good dig. But, well, it's the language, and we have to be specific and distinct and make the differentiations. I have gay friends, and they are my friends, even though I'm a Christian and they know my position on I do not condone their lifestyle, but I don't condemn them. And we are friends because they only want tolerance, accept some degree of acceptance, and a modicum of respect. And I respect them
brother.
As a human. Unlike a gaytivist engaging in gaytivism. That's a whole other thing, and I will speak out to my dying breath against
You're damn right,
those drag queen story hour trainee pedophiles. Pedophilia. It's not minor attracted persons. It's pedophilia. There's a difference. Don't lump everybody in the same basket.
Yeah, Joseph.
Individualism,
What
not
was that,
collectivism.
Joseph? What was that? What was that thing that Lavon said the other? What was it last week when she was in here on the show here on Savaged? She said that don't put everybody in a cubicle box. Right? Was that her words?
Right.
Yeah.
Something like that. Right. Yeah, I think she used the office cubicle analogy. Right. That's actually almost a bad analogy, because if you're in your own cubicle, you're an individual. Don't lump everybody in the same conference room, because that's a collective. Again, as Christian conservatives, we're supposed to believe in content of character and individualism. I practice what I preach. Unfortunately, there are hypocrite Christians, there are hypocrite conservatives, there are hypocrites on the right too. I'm not a hyper-partisan moron. I call out anyone and everyone based on principles, not personalities.
You're on, Joseph. You're on fucking fire today, buddy.
I have fucking values and principles, and I adhere to them.
Yeah. So as we wrap up with the episode, Joseph, this is a part here that I was mentioning here with the segments, guys. We got a brand new segment coming into the show, Joseph's Truth or Consequence, guys. Oh boy, I can't wait to hear what Joseph has to say as we close up this episode here on Purina, the recalls, the poisonous toxicity of vitamin D. I mean, oof.
Hello, do not adjust your equipment. No, this is not Michael Gardner. I am Joseph M. Leonard, and I am hijacking this broadcast momentarily to issue a heartfelt thank you. Thank you to the clueless nation fascocrats that tune into this show. Thank you. I've repeated over and over. And with that, let's get on with the show. I love that intro. And obviously, that's usually a good setup for a political rant, which I already went on before you played that, and would fit with the principles, not personalities, individualism, not collectivism. You can't put everybody in one box. But let me wrap up with the Purina thing again, and be more than just self. You suing somebody over a side effect, if you abused a drug, affects other people's lives. Like when I had cancer and needed that drug, it almost wasn't available. And in this pet case, don't sue Purina over this mistake. You know, it's sad, it's horrible, but somebody somehow made a mistake, and that's all it was. They're not trying to kill your dog. Let's have reasonable perspective. Now tell everyone you know about this Purina recall so we can save fur baby lives here. That's important regarding the important takeaway of this episode. So because not everybody's going to see this on the news. Share this with your friends. Save the fur babies. Michael.